This week on the download, we list 3 of gaming's bad guys to find out if actually they had a bit of a point. We have a look at the debate of whether eSports should be involved in the Olympics. We have a little look at Transfuser this year at EGX. And we wish Mortal Kombat a very happy 25th birthday. Now, in movies, games, TVs, comic books, they usually make it pretty clear who's the bad guys, who's the good guys. But these 3 gaming bad guys, the more you listen to them talk, the more you realise that they might actually have a bit of a point. Anarchy from Batman Arkham Origins. Okay, so I'm not saying planting bombs is the way to go, but as ideologies go, he's not totally wrong. Gotham City is a pretty corrupt place to be, and he even later on learns that he's gone a bit too far. His point remains valid, and something does actually need to be done. Something more than a rich guy in a bat suit. Pagan Min from Far Cry 4. Yes, I know, the one who is always stabbing people, but please bear with me. While it's clear he's a tyrannical maniac, let's look at some context. A bloody civil war between the Royalists and the Nationalists has just finished, and Pagan Min put himself in power. And at the time of Far Cry 4, your options with the Golden Path are either a fundamentalist theocracy or a totalitarian drug state using child soldiers. Both are far worse than anything Pagan Min could do, and at the end he even realises that he shouldn't be in charge, and he gives you the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. Haytham Kenway from Assassin's Creed 3. In a plot twist that nobody saw, you spend the first portion of Assassin's Creed 3 playing as Kenway only to discover he's actually one of those Templars that we're meant to dislike so much. See, it turns out that Haytham just really wants peace, and while his methods fully take advantage of the fact there's no Geneva Convention in 1780, the man still makes a lot of good points. Just ignore the fact that he introduced Charles Lee to the Templar Order. Now, when you look at the Olympics, you think of athletes. You think of men and women that have trained for years and years on their sport, honing their craft, so that someday they can stand on the podium with a medal around their neck. You don't think of guys that have sat in their living room or their bedroom or their basement playing Halo for hours and hours and hours on end. Well, apparently the debate is back and eSports could potentially be a medal event at Paris 2024. So, this begs the question, should eSports be allowed in the Olympics? No! Of course it shouldn't be allowed in the Olympics. I mean, there is an argument being put forward that Olympic events such as shooting, you know, they're not a traditionally athletic event, it doesn't involve people running or jumping, and they themselves are stationary while they're shooting. But that still involves them leaving the house, it still involves them going out to train. Now, obviously, I'm a big gaming enthusiast, I'm a big gamer, and I'm not taking anything away from any esports players who are clearly much more skilled than I am. But can you just imagine it? Some wee guy walking around the Olympic athletes' village, a gold medalist in competitive Halo. Yeah, I mean, I really thought this sprain was gonna keep me out all season, but you know, I worked through it, and it didn't hold me down, it didn't hold me back. I'm proud. While I do think esports should be more widely accessible to people, and it is growing in popularity every day, I don't believe it should be an Olympic sport. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments and join in the debate. Mortal Kombat was released on October 8th, 1992, which would have made me 5 years old. God, I feel really old now. Mortal Kombat, famous for its blood and gore and its horrific fatalities. My favourite was always Melina's, where she takes some daggers, sticks them in the head and then starts eating the face. In fact, I believe that's how I beat Marley 13 at the last BBC livestream. Sorry Marley. Anyway, happy birthday Mortal Kombat. Now, if you were down at EGX this year, you may have noticed Transfuser 2017 was there. Transfuser, in case you don't know, is a competition where graduate developers go in teams from different universities to show off what they can do to try and win funding from the UK Games Fund. Last year we had a fantastic showing being represented by Curvish from Glasgow Caledonian University and Mountain Walrus from Abertay University. Sadly, we don't have the results of this year's transfuser just yet, as they still need to go through their due diligence, but Scotland is always well represented, and hopefully we'll have the results for you soon. That's all the time we've got for you on the download this week. If you have any comments or questions or anything you want to debate, let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you next week.